Also, until a week or so into the new year, we're going to be running. You can get 5 months free at prisonplanet.tv. Download all the films, all these special interviews, the live video streaming of the show, not just a radio show, but a TV show, and your membership, $5.95 a month, or you get a year, it's even less. That supports us and funds our operation, prisonplanet.tv. Okay, I'm done ranting. I'm going to hold Charlotte Iserbyt till 8 after, so I at least have this segment, the next segment, the next segment to get to as many calls as possible. Robert, Frank, Luke, Pastor Bill. I'm going to go to Robert off of the Genesis phone system. Then I'm going to come back and go to our phone system, Leo, Tyranny, Rival, Dan, Matt, Eric, Steve, Tom, Sean, Martin, and others. Now, I'll try to get to all of you before she comes up. We may even go into overdrive today to take more of your calls. I feel like I could do 100 hours right now. I am wound up. I haven't even scratched the surface of the important news. Oh, by the way, a caller asked about this earlier, so we went and dug it out. This is the New York Times, and it always tells you in a real cute way, oh, your 7-year-old's being trained to spy on you for environmental crimes that aren't crimes yet, like taking a hot bath or leaving the sink running while you brush your teeth. You know, that's an actual article. Or, oh, look, the 14-year-old Explorer Scouts are training with Homeland Security to take on disgruntled veterans, kill them, and confiscate their guns. Isn't it sweet? Well, here's this one. The postman always pings twice. Oh, it's cutesy, cutie cakey time. The Postal Service recently announced it has lost $8.5 billion in the last year, despite cutting more than 100,000 jobs. Without new revenue and other changes, it will get it back on financial footing. Formerly, the service has a unique asset that could allow it to make money by collecting valuable data that could contribute to the company's safety and economic health. Its far-reaching network of trucks. And then it goes into it. And it shows a child making a little paper toy of a paper car, a paper Jeep with an antenna on the top. They found if they show it as childlike, that'll hit an area of your brain that is associated with loving and nurturing children. You're like, oh, they're going to be surveilling me. Oh, children, walk towards the light. It's a bug zapper. And it says the service's thousands of delivery vehicles will now be collecting wireless data. It goes on. Here's another one. Monitoring America, how the U.S. sees you. And I got another one here. They're turning post office trucks into Stasi data collection nodes. Finishing up with the New York Times, it says they're going to have data collectors picking up wireless transmissions. They're going to drive around snooping for environmental problems. So it'll drive by your house. They'll claim they picked up something toxic. Now they have an excuse to send the green police to your house. And it's all admitted, so I thought you'd want to know that. They're going to use every federal agency out there for this. It's kind of like the DEA, it turns out, and we already knew this, is spying on people worldwide in non-drug-related stuff. And they have all these movies coming out about the great troops and people that are fighting drugs worldwide. Yeah, they're sent to kill people that don't launder their money through the globalist. But I'm done ranting. Let's go to Robert in Switzerland. Robert, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex Jones.
Hey, buddy. How you doing over there in Switzerland?
Oh, we have snow. It's wonderful outside. Looks like New Year.
But the New York Times says that is because of warming.
Yeah, you can believe that. I don't. That's the biggest lie that ever was said. We have so much snow and cold and all over Europe and also in the United States. It's no. I don't believe that. That's just a money-making deal.
Yes, sir. What's on your mind today?
Oh, I wanted to call you. You're doing a great job. You know, what you're saying, I know that for 25 years, and I'm doing the same job like you. I try to tell the people in Switzerland what's coming down. It's not just in the United States. It's all over the world.
It's a new world order.
Yeah, and this is horrible. Horrible. And please, listeners, believe it what Alex Jones says. It is like this. People used to look at me and they thought I'm crazy. But everything, what I said and what I know is happening. And you have right. And I tell you a story. This is a story I did. How do I say this? I did some business with the United States. And I transferred the money with Western Union. You heard me?
Yes, sir.
And I did that for many years. And one day comes a telephone from the Swiss Western Union office and said, you cannot send any more money. The money you send, that is not, they cannot pick it up. She is not allowed to get the money. And you have to pick up the money back in your Western Union office. And so I called Western Union, the main office in Switzerland, and I said, what is going on? They said, well, Homeland Security has you on the list, and that I financing a bomb.
And again, this is happening everywhere. Millions of people on the list, and now they're saying this woman that wouldn't let him grab her breast, she can't fly anymore, and she's banned from the airport. Now they're on the streets. They're going to be in every street corner. You're not going to be able to leave your neighborhood, travel. It's just like the Soviet Union. It's internal checkpoints. It's bona fide ultra-tyranny. And again, Homeland Security is for the homeland. What did the Nazis call Germany? The fatherland, the homeland, the Reich, the land. And it's the same system. It's authoritarian tyranny. And no judge, no jury. Obviously, if you were building bombs, you would have been arrested. But no, it's just no money can be sent by you now. We say so. No judge, no jury. So how did this end, Robert?
Well, so I don't send the money anymore through Western Union. I send it through the bank, but I'm still doing business. But this woman works for a company on Western Union.
Stay there.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, I give myself an A, not an A+, getting a lot of calls last hour. Probably got to 10 or so, or more. But I want to go to Leo, Tyranny, everybody else that's holding. In 30 seconds, Robert in Switzerland, finishing up. How does the story end with you trying to send money through Western Union? Robert in Switzerland, you still there, buddy? Okay, he's gone. He misunderstood that I was going to hold him over. Let's talk to Leo and Mass. Thanks for holding, Leo. You're on the air.
Hi, yeah. You're talking about, I've been a subscriber for a while. You're talking about this surveillance state going up. Let's have our own version of it. I sent that into you to do a video game, and where people would be going around finding these things and trashing them. And I think it should be localized to each different area so that you could, and then at the
we can't call for anything illegal here. It'd be terrible if people all over the country, like they did in Arizona this year, attacked all the red light cameras and the state capitulated and pulled them all out because the people were unstoppable. I mean, it'd be terrible if people actually exercised their power against tyranny like the Founding Fathers did. That is a horrible thing you're calling for, that type of civil disobedience. That's just horrible, Leo.
Yeah, well, see, it's a winner for us, and getting people to be aware of where they are. So if people could turn in these things to the video game company, and then people would know where they are locally.
Well, if you did something like that, you couldn't have a central system. Ideas are bulletproof, not central command centers. Okay? But it is terrible, though, I mean, that's stuff like the Founding Fathers did. I mean, you don't go out to, all these surveillance systems that they lied about and said were for traffic, and now they admit are Homeland Security. I mean, you don't do that, or one of the CIA agents might not get caught when they're setting off a bomb. I mean, one of the Muslims. I mean, this is horrible what you're calling for, Leo. There are terrorists out there that want to get us. Never mind the government, thousands of secret tests murdering people that are now declassified. Let's trust them. The government's good. We need to have more surveillance. Of course, all of this surveillance is illegal. all of the wireless. In fact, I've got a big folder today where, in fact, here it is, smartphone spying on you. Forbes, Apple hit with 2 federal lawsuits over tracking iPhone and iPad users. Is Google Android next? Apple sued over applications giving information to advertisers. That's all uncivil and illegal. People go to jail for reading their neighbor's email. But when the government does it, it's illegal, but they don't get in trouble. So how dare you try to stop crime on your own? What a sicko. Leo, don't ever call here again. You're evil. Tyranny rival in California, you're on the air. I hope you're not as founding fatherish as Leo.
No, hey, thanks for taking my call. I'm glad to speak with you. Love what you and your team are doing. Been awake for probably like 7-8 months now, but just want to get out there. How is it possible for like Charles Manson to basically brainwash and get people to do what he wanted to do when our government is selling death and eugenics through propaganda and all that other crap? But
well, I mean, number one, and I don't have an hour to get into it, Charles Manson was a front fall guy. They scrambled his brain after. It's 100% that was a CIA brainwashing operation to kind of officially end the 60s culture and then move into a new phase. That was 100% theatrical production. Sharon Tate was not killed by those lunatics. I mean, the whole thing was a production.
Okay.
I mean, you know, he hung out with all of the most powerful people out there. I mean, it was totally staged.
Wow. That was all inside job.
Totally staged. Absolutely. Absolutely. It would take hours. It's ridiculous how much evidence there is.
Okay. Last thing was last month you did a quick pyramid scheme about, because Beck was saying George Soros was on top of the pyramid. I liked how that was a little educational thing. Is it possible you could do more little sketches like that?
Yes, I've got 2 graphics guys working on a whole pyramid presentation for the upcoming film to explain different pyramidal power structures. We're absolutely on it. Well done. We'll be right back with Charlotte Iserbyt.
Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
Okay, Dan, Eric, Steve, Tom, Sean, Martin, everybody else, I'll get to your calls before the hour ends. Charlotte can talk about a lot of issues, and we'll go to them quickly towards the end. But Charlotte Iserbyt doesn't like to brag about herself, but she was the head of policy, Department of Education, under Reagan, the #2 position. Her father and grandfather were Skull and Bones. Her father, Bohemian Grove. She is the lady decades ago that blew Skull and Bones wide open. The mainstream media denied that anything was even going on up until she leaked Sutton the info. Now, that was not known for a long time who did it because her father was still alive. I want this history, now that it can be talked about, to be discussed first. And she'll tell you, well, read Sutton's book or read Chris Milligan's excellent Fleshing Out Skull and Bones that's more recent, to see their deep research and overall, bringing the info together. But she was a Skull and Bones East Coast family. And, she's got many documents never before seen. My guys were able to see them when they were up there 3 weeks ago. And so she's agreed, and we appreciate it, because I sent them up there about the Department of Education brainwashing program. And then I knew she had broken this info. We've interviewed her separately, briefly on this issue as part of other interviews. I wanted to get her on today. And, she was telling me during the break, getting her on, well, Alex, the stuff's out there. It's on my website. I know, but not the specifics of the family and how it works. We see films like